Balmain from right to left then, and Ross Conlon kicks off our first Winfield Cup Premiership telecast of the year. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy it right through to grand final day. Gillespie brushing them away like flies. Joining me in 1986, as was the case in the previous year, two of rugby league's most respected commentators, Bill Anderson and Graham Hughes. Firstly, Bill, how do you see this one going?
Well, Balmain had some defensive lapses on Wednesday night in their National Panasonic Cup game, but I still think they'll be good enough today to get the money, the Tigers to win.
Canterbury Bankstown inside the 5, penalty to Balmain, right on the halfway. Gale's asking Conlon the question. Pearce comes in. It'll be a nice kick if he gets it. He's into the breeze.
And this is one of the reasons why I think they'll win.
Well, there's Ross Conlon standing about a metre into Canterbury side of the halfway. There's a nice long shot for you, which probably exaggerates the exercise at hand. He's right in the middle of the park, well, give or take 5 or 6 metres. He's got the breeze into him. Graham, how strong is it, would you say?
Well, Ray, the breeze is whipping up, but only now and then. If you can see the top of the flags at present at Canterbury's end of the ground, those flags have started to die somewhat, so Ross might be trying to pick his spot and just pick a time when this wind dies on himself.
Well, there's an example of what you were talking about as Conlon comes in. 48-metre kick right in front. He doesn't mind the look of it. Oh, it's hit the uprights and bounced back into the field of play. Balmain down on their own 10-metre line. Here's Roach. Bit of a dust-up in there. Gillespie and Roach. And hello, little Benny Elias has gone in, and now they've erupted. Both teams going in from all over the park. Still going on. Any closer, Graham, and you might have copped one yourself on the whiskers.
Well, Ray, this is silly. Early on, we saw Benny Elias hauled out for a caution. You know, he's been out for a long time. He should be easing himself into the action if he's going to last the distance here. He's the man that caused that, as I saw it. It has settled down, and Roach certainly wasn't going to go on with Gillespie, but Benny should find himself in a lot of trouble for this.
Well, here's the two big men, Gillespie and Roach. They're going to work it out, and then little Benny Elias, he's decided, well, I'll get in for some of this action. Reminded me very much of Tommy Bishop and John O'Neill in the 1973 grand final. Tommy put one on Lurch's whiskers and then took off for the M.A. Noble stand corner. He went for safety, little Tommy. Frank is probably saying, I hope that meningitis has completely gone from Ben's makeup. Replacement going on for Canterbury. This will probably be for Doyle. Who is it, Graham?
It's John Elias from reserve grade. He has a number change too, Ray, so you won't be able to pick him up in the program. He's wearing number 50.
So 50 is on. That's John Elias, and Chris Doyle is off. Meantime, the powwow continues as Doyle limps from the ground. I got a feeling Balmain's going to get this penalty. Has he already given it? Well, Benny Elias has been given 10 minutes in the bin. And that doesn't surprise anybody, I don't think, other than the most ardent Balmain supporters. A hot day, it's certainly not going to be pleasing these big forwards very much. And the crowd basking in beautiful sunshine, but I'd say just a bit too hot for some of the big men. Here's Davidson. Now Greg Mullane is going to be called out for this tackle on John Davidson. Three straight penalties to Balmain. Let's see what happens here. He's bound to give a penalty to Balmain. Meantime, it gives Andrew Farrer a chance to have the doctor check him out. Mullane has been sent to the sin bin for 10. I didn't like the look of Andrew Farrer when they put a bit of pressure on those cheekbones. Terry Lamb on the ground, and Andrew Farrer has been brought away for further examination of a suspected cheekbone fracture. as Balmain bring it out from inside their own 22. A heavy tackle up the top by Tunks. Elias was down low. As we take it at Graham Hughes, he's with the injured Canterbury player Paul Dunn. Gartner making a long run down the sideline. An infield pass, it'll be play on. It's been touched in flight. Bevan across the ground. Bridge is going to come right across, and he throws a big dummy, a huge dummy, and goes on to score. The first try of the match, the first try of our telecasts in NEC big games. Well, what a try. About 75 metres of it. It was all sheer excitement when Russell Gartner got away from this attempted tackle by Matthew Callanan. Callanan went high, paid the penalty very dearly. The lofted ball went in ground. It doesn't matter where it bounces, whether it bounces forward, backwards or sideways. It was thrown backwards. Bevan speared it to Bridge. Then Bridge, he throws his almighty dummy, very much like a bloke I know from Parramatta did in a grand final one day. And then he took off for the corner, and that was the end of the section.
Well, Balmain here exploited the fact that Canterbury Bankstown was short out wide. Roach stood in a tackle and lofted a good pass across to Gartner. He pushed off Callanan with a left-hand fend, looked infield. The pass could have gone astray here, but Bevan scooped up the ball. He fired it back onto Bridge. Bridge faked a pass on the inside. You'll see here that Steve Morton was the man that fell for the dummy on the inside. He held off. Bridge speared for the corner, and in he goes for a great Balmain try.
Conlon from the sideline. It's beautiful. Oh, it went straight as a dart. Beautiful kick by Conlon. Balmain 6, Canterbury nothing.
Let's just keep our eye on Gary Jack here. He's looming behind the play the ball, and a couple of times last year Balmain put on a set play and picked him up on the inside of the ruck, and it was very effective.
Well, this man has been held back. David Brooks was definitely held back. He's talking to his touch judge. Let's see what he's going to do here. Stevie Mortimer's rushed in. There's no doubt that Brooks was held back. I'm not so sure that he wouldn't have scored a try. The referee, of course, has got to be of the belief that he most definitely would have scored.
If he hadn't, he'd certainly been right in there in the running.
Well, one thing's got to happen. He's got to get a penalty. At the very worst, he's marked the spot.
That's a penalty try.
He's given the penalty try. Penalty try to David Brooks of Balmain. That's the way it is. He marked the spot with his touch judge. Well, Canterbury, you're wishing to goodness Sunday the 9th of March has never come. The way things are going here. Referee Graham Annesley, a sensational decision. He's given a penalty try. When I say sensational, I'm not for one moment saying that he's made a mistake. I'm blowed if I know who was going to stop David Brooks getting a hand to it. And if that's the case, in the mind of the referee, he was obligated to give a penalty try. Conlon eats this stuff up for breakfast. Right in front, 8 metres out. 12 points to 0. 12-0. Balmain leading in the NEC big game. Mortimer, Lamb. Davidson will cover this. Oh, Potter! Potter's taken the ball like a thief in the night, and he's off to score. Well, John Davidson hangs his head in disgust. But as he was trying to defend himself against the tacklers, Potter just simply took the ball and off he went for a try. Quite unexpected, I might say.
When you're held in a tackle, the most important thing is you hang on to the ball, even if your head was getting ripped off. But here, Davidson fought in the tackle rather than just sitting down and taking it. He tried to fight his way free, and he was milked of the ball by Mick Potter. You can see he put his hands in here, and he comes away with it. There's no defence at home, and it's just a matter of shut the gate as Potter crosses the line, and over he goes for Canterbury's opening points.
Canterbury are on the board, and in fact should be only 6 behind after Lamb takes this kick. There it is, straight over the black and gold dot at Leichhardt, and the score indeed is 12 points to 6 in favour of Balmain over Canterbury.
just wondering what the rule is on that one. It came off McCabe's foot and whether that's classified as a kick or not.
Potter.
Oh, and Lamb's been felled in the back play by Paul Bevan.
I'm not so sure that it's been seen by a touch judge, but Canterbury play on as they should. Stevie Mortimer. Now it's with Greg Mullane. He's still going, Greg. A good run by Canterbury. A good passage of play for them. Played ahead by Greg Mullane. Balmain are going to have to do something very shortly. I think it's too late. He's looking over the top of it. No try. Still Canterbury with a chance to score, and I think... No, he's lost the ball. Billy Johnston must have lost the ball. Two metres out. A try here for Balmain will almost certainly send Canterbury packing for today. Across to big Steve Roach. Roach gets it out the back. Oh, McCabe put it down.
Still on out to the right.
Still going for Balmain. Gary Bridge to Russell Gardner. Russell Gardner's going to go even further in field to score. So Balmain rejoicing as they score their third try. The NEC replay as Roach got a ball inside to McCabe. I doubt that McCabe even got a hand to it. There was a hint of a knock-on. Benny Elias played to the whistle. So did Gary Bridge, and eventually Russ Gardner was in to score. He's had a good game today, Russell Gardner, and he's been rewarded with a try.
I thought that Steve Roach might have bombed this one. It was always on out wide, but Roach elected to step off the right foot and come back himself. He then realised he couldn't go any further, turned the ball back to McCabe. He dropped it, and it was Elias that scooped the ball up to that ever-present man, Gary Bridge, who's had a tremendous game today. He drew the defence in the form of Callanan, fired it on to Gardner. Gardner was able to shrug off Mortimer, who hit him in goal, and come round and improve his position for what I think is going to be the clincher.
Conlon's kick is a beautiful kick. I've seen some good goal kickers, but I've never seen one better than him. 18-6 in favour of the Tigers. This is Gillespie. Ooh. Good tackle by Brooks. Two of the game's hardest tacklers. Elias, nice step. In and away. Steve Mortimer. Over the halfway. Terry Lamb's with him. So is Elias. Good work by John Elias. That'll be play on if Canterbury get the ball. It's still play on. It's going to be a try. It's a try, I'd say, for Steve Folkes. Yes, good work, Canterbury. You played to the whistle, and you've reaped the reward. A try for Steve Folkes. See it again. If you had any doubts, I'm sure you'll see that Balmain are the team to project this ball forward. Though it may have looked side on as though Canterbury had knocked on, Mr. Magic was down and got up again. Spilled his lollies but recovered. Got the ball to John Elias. What a part in the try this fella's played. That pass was off a Balmain hand. They lost it again, and then it was Steve Folkes. Did he ground the ball? That's the only question. There's the downward pressure on the ball. It's a try. He's got it. Terry Lamb picks up the extras, keeping Canterbury within a converted try of Balmain. 18-12 now. Conlon. And a penalty goes to Balmain. Canterbury offside. So Conlon will take a kick for goal from 49 metres out. And he'd be about 20 metres in from touch. With the blood on his forehead, on his lip. He hits it. It doesn't look any good from here. It's wide, and it's been fumbled in goal by Callanan. It's a good gain in ground, very valuable stuff. Gary Jack. 5 tackles gone for the Tigers. Benny Elias. And he's kicked it nicely, and it's going to find the line. It does. Well, that's the ball game, I'd say, unless, of course, somebody else. Well, there's the siren anyway. It's all over. It's all over. Balmain have won it by 18 points to 12 with 3 tries, one of them a penalty try. to Bridge, Brooks and Gardner. Conlon kicked 3. And then Canterbury's 2 tries came from Potter and Folkes. Lamb kicked 2 goals.